If I could tell my younger self just one thing, it would be this: you have been loved, and you will be loved. This was the most difficult prompt for me out of all the ones I've done so far, and it really had nothing to do with the actual writing of it. It had everything to do with what I felt like when I was writing it. There were so many things I wanted to say to my younger self, things that I wish I knew back then, and things that I needed to remind myself of. But narrowing it down to just one, well, that was the hard part, because there are some things that I wish I knew very early on in life that would have saved me a lot of heartache. But then there are other things that I needed to hear later on in life, things that I am still struggling to accept and come to terms with. And even if I had known them sooner, I don't know if I would have believed them anyway. I thought about what I would consider the most important message for my younger self, and ultimately landed on something that encompasses all those messages. It's a broad statement that can be interpreted in different ways, depending on what you need. But at its core, it's a promise. A promise that no matter what happens, no matter how lonely you feel, no matter how abandoned or unwanted you feel, you have been loved and you will be loved. It's easy to forget that when we're going through tough times. When you're in the middle of an argument with someone you love, it's easy to forget that you have ever loved them and that you will love them again. When you're grieving the loss of someone you're close to, it's easy to forget that they have loved you and that you will be loved by someone again. When you're questioning who you are and why you're here, it's easy to forget that you have been loved and you will be loved. The truth is, we're not always aware of how much we are loved, not only by other people, but also by the universe itself. Sometimes we have to go through tough times to realize just how strong our love is, both from others and from ourselves. But we can choose to remember that we have been loved, and we will be loved. We can choose to believe that no matter what happens, we will get through it. This is the message I would give to my younger self, because it encompasses all the other messages I want to send. It's a message of hope, a message of faith. It's a message that reminds us that we are never alone. When I think about my younger self, I think about someone who was constantly seeking love and acceptance. Someone who was desperate for connection and understanding. I wasn't always good at expressing my emotions. But if I could have told myself that I was loved and I would be loved, I think it would have made things a lot easier. Of course, I can't know that for sure. There's no way of knowing how any of this would have played out had I somehow been able to tell my younger self this one thing. But it seems like something that would have been helpful, right? I know that there are people in your life who love you. I know that you may not feel like you deserve their love or that you don't know how to accept it, but it's there. And it's always been there. I also know that you're going to experience new forms of love in the future. Love from romantic partners, from friends, from family members, from the universe itself. The love you seek is within you. It always has been, and it always will be. So if I could tell my younger self just one thing, it would be this: you have been loved, and you will be loved. What about you? What is the one thing you would tell your younger self? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you feel comfortable doing so, share your story. Maybe someone else needs to hear it. You know, sometimes when we're feeling down, it's easy to forget that we are loved. It's easy to focus on the negative and let it consume us. But it's important to remember that we are not alone. That there is always someone who cares about us, who wants the best for us. When we focus on the positive and remember that we are loved, it gives us the strength to keep going, to face whatever challenges come our way. So take a moment right now to think of someone who loves you. Think about the times when you have felt loved and accepted. Hold on to those memories and let them give you strength. And remember, no matter what happens, you are loved and you will be loved. It's important to surround ourselves with people who make us feel loved and supported, people who understand us and who we can be ourselves around. Because when we feel loved, we are able to love others more fully and be more open to their love. Surrounding ourselves with positivity and love can help us overcome difficult times and make us more resilient in the face of adversity. So if you're feeling down today, reach out to a loved one. Talk to them about how you're feeling. Or simply spend time with them doing something you enjoy. Remember that you are loved and you will be loved. It's also important to take care of ourselves when we're feeling down. Make sure to eat healthy foods, get plenty of rest and exercise. Taking care of our physical health can help us feel better emotionally as well. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, take a step back and breathe. Focus on the positive and remember that you are loved. Remember that you will get through this difficult time and that there is light at the end of the tunnel. It's important to remember that we are not alone in this world, that there is always someone who loves us and wants the best for us. When we focus on the positive and remember that we are loved, it gives us the strength to keep going, to face whatever challenges come our way. So if you're feeling down today, know that you are loved and you will be loved. Reach out to a loved one for support. Take care of yourself and focus on the positive. You've got this. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I hope it gave you some insight into how you can be more positive when you're feeling down. Remember, you are loved and you will be loved. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.